Woo! Hey readers, it's Andrea. I'm trying to record this for a third time because my camera didn't work and it was just too much. I'm not even going to go into it. Excuse the lighting, it's raining out, I don't have my good sunlight, natural lighting, and excuse my face, I had an allergic reaction to some face wash, and this entire area is dry and itchy and raw. So, I'm just going to get into the books I read in February and March, and then my current reads, and go as quickly as possible because not only am I frustrated and tired of recording, but this doesn't really need to be a super long video. So, the first book I read in February is The Irish Princess by Mickey Clement. I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. This is a short adult fiction book that could be considered historical fiction now. Actually, I think it came out in the 90s, so I mean, it could have been considered historical fiction then. But this book follows the Malloy family, which is an Irish Catholic family, in Troy, New York in the 1960s. That's my hometown, which is why I like this book. And it follows them and their misfortunes and just how lower middle class family would have looked then. And I probably would never have stumbled across this book, but it was my great-grams, and when she passed away when I was in 7th grade, I got this book, and this was a reread for me. I did read this back in middle school, but I didn't like it as much the second time. Some of the writing was a little bit chunky, and anything that it was from like the character's point of view, and they are all very Catholic, so all of that like undertone I didn't like. I think it's great if you enjoy it. It's just something that I don't like in my books. So it definitely were part of the reasons why I gave it 4 out of 5, but I really liked it. If you ever do come across this, I think it's worth reading, especially if you are from this area. It's not one that I think is easy to come across, but if you happen to come across it, definitely check it out. I really like this book. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. The next book I read was, a little ironic, In a Perfect World by Laura Kasiche, I think is how you'd say her name. Here's the book. Boop. So, this is a book, obviously, another adult fiction that is kind of in a dystopian future. It follows a woman named Giselle, who is a flight attendant who marries Mark Dorn, a handsome pilot who everyone wants their hands on. And Mark has 3 kids at home, so Giselle quits her job to be with the kids, and her mother's like, he just married you to take care of the kids. That's all you're going to be doing. And she's like, no, I don't think so. So as we're focusing on that, this sickness is hitting the world, which is why I say it's ironic right now. This sickness is hitting the world, and at first it doesn't really focus on it. This book really jumps around between past and present, which I thought was done nicely in this book. And what else? So slowly it just kind of progresses in how it's hitting them and the town that they're in, and Mark eventually gets quarantined, and it's just kind of a mess. I really liked it. I read it before this whole outbreak, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Usually if I read a book and it's not a Cassandra Clare book, and I don't have an emotional attachment to it, I donate it. But this one, I'm going to keep. I actually really liked it. I think, if you stumble upon it, it might not be the best book to read right now, but it is definitely a good read. I only think I read 2 YA books this month, honestly. The next book I read, I don't have because it is a library book, but I read Goblet of Fire, the 4th Harry Potter book by J.K. Rowling. I've heard a lot of people say Goblet of Fire is their favorite book. I personally only gave it 3 out of 5 stars, I believe. I lied. 4 out of 5 stars. I think I've done that every single time I record it. I think I gave it 3. But here's why. I personally didn't like it. I thought it was paced weird. I thought that the fluff was way too much to enjoy. And I don't know. The only thing I liked was really the ending, which is what boosted it up to the 4 out of 5 stars. It actually was a good twist. I enjoyed it. And the plot of Goblet of Fire is that at Hogwarts, they have decided to do, what's it called? Champion Games or something like that, and you have people come from 2 other schools, which I don't know the names of because so much I didn't really care about this book or the movie, which I did like more than the book, and I usually don't say that. But anyways, they're coming to visit, and every student who wants to be included in it, who's supposed to be 17 or older, or 18 or older, or something, they get to put their names in the Goblet of Fire, and then the goblet will pick their names. So basically Harry's name also somehow gets put in there and gets picked, and he has to go through these games. And all the while, Hermione is ranting about house elf rights, which no one else cares about, including the house elves themselves. So, obviously, if we're reading the Harry Potter books, I'm not going to tell you to skip it. I'm not going to tell you it's not worth reading. But it wasn't my favorite. If you didn't know, this is my first time reading the Harry Potter books and the first time watching the movies. So everything is a surprise to me and brand new. So, next book I read, I believe, yes, was Orange is the New Black by Piper Kerman. It is a memoir about Piper in a woman's prison for 15 months. So, you've probably heard of the Netflix original show by the same name, and the show isn't really accurate with the book. The first season is pretty accurate, but after that it really just goes off and does its own thing, and I really like that show for the most part. I really, really liked this book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. It wasn't like in my top favorites of all time, but I definitely think I'd reread it someday, and it was really good to hear someone's story in a woman's prison. Piper went to a prison in Danbury, Connecticut, and just met all these different people, and it was interesting to see her in a minimum security prison and then in a maximum security prison when she had to go be a witness for someone else on trial. It was really good. It was a pretty quick read. Again, definitely recommend it if you have seen the show. If you haven't seen the show, still pick this up. I think it's a really good read. And it gives you insight into how prisons really are. The last book I read in February and March, and I know March isn't over yet. We still have 3 days after today. I'm recording this on Saturday and probably will upload it on Sunday. I'm not going to finish another book by then, and you'll see why. So, anyways, last book I read was Dear Nobody, The True Diary of Mary Rose, edited by Gillian McCain and Legs McNeil. This is a true diary of a girl named Mary Rose. It is a selection of her entries. I think they said it was pulled from about 600 pages, and this book is 321 pages, maybe? I gave this 3 out of 5 stars, and here's the only reason why, because I really liked this book. I don't know how to rate a true diary. A memoir that's written in a different way. A diary, I don't know, that's you pouring your heart out onto the pages, and it's so different to try to rate that. I mean, my diary writings or my journal writings are completely different from how I write normally in my books. I really liked it. I had read this in middle school before, and I remember being really emotional with it. I didn't feel that again, but maybe because I'm not as in dark of a place as I was in middle school. I think if you ever stumble upon this, maybe at a library to pick it up, it's a good book if you're going through a hard time. Well, maybe. I guess there really isn't a lot of hope for Mary Rose, but she struggles with addiction, she struggles with rape, so there's all that trigger warnings in there, and she also struggles with cystic fibrosis. So, that's the last book I read, and I read this, besides a few pages, I read this in a day. So, very quickly, I'm going to go through my current reads. I'm trying to get this video under 20 minutes, and I think I'm at a good pace so far. The first book I am reading currently is Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, which is the 5th book in the Harry Potter series. I don't know where this burst of energy just came from. I am on chapter 15, and I am really liking it so far. Definitely a lot more than Goblet of Fire. I don't know if I'd go as far as to say I like it more than Prisoner of Azkaban, but I'm not done. Basically, Voldemort is back, and there's the Order of the Phoenix, which is like this underground mission apart from the Ministry of Magic, who is trying to figure out where Voldemort is, what he's doing, and all that good stuff. So far, I'm really liking it. I don't really have much else to say about it. Definitely not as much fluff, which is great. I'm really liking that. So, yes. The next book I'm currently reading, I technically have not started yet, but it is in my current reads pile because I plan on starting it very soon. I'm so sorry, excuse me, that's gross. It is The Book of Unknown Americans by Christina Henriquez. I hope I said that right. If I didn't, I am so sorry. This is a book. I got it as a book award from Mount Holyoke College, and I hadn't picked it up. It's been almost a year. At the end of this year, I think it'll be a year. And it is about I can do this. Just started blinking. It is about a family who comes to America from, I don't know what country, but some Latin American country. And I think it just follows their struggle as immigrants. I don't know if they came over illegally, as much as I don't like saying that term. I know it's the right term, but I don't know, no one's illegal, so I'm not going to get into politics on this channel. Or if they came over legally, but either way, there's so many struggles that immigrants face when they come over here. So it just follows that. I think it'll be a quick read. It is a YA book, and it's pretty short. So I'll definitely let you guys know what I think when I finish it. The next book I'm currently reading is The Help by Catherine Stockett. I am not far in this. I'm on chapter 8, but I'm really liking it so far. I like the writing and the switch of point of views. I feel the need to sit down. Wow. What happened to my lighting? Okay. So, I'm just going to keep standing. Or not. Okay, it's better. So, basically, it follows 1962 Jackson, Mississippi, and The Help, and the African-American maids, well, servants? I don't want to use the word servants. We'll call them maids, or The Help, who help out in wealthy white American homes in 1962 Jackson, Mississippi. And there's a girl named Miss Skeeter who is determined to write a book and expose how the help gets treated, and it all really stems from the fact that most people want a separate bathroom for their help. That's about as far as I am. I'm really enjoying it. I'm excited to see the movie, and we'll see how we go from there. And the last and final current read I have is a continuum in my Cassandra Clare rereads, whatever. And I'm reading Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare, like I just said, which is the first book in the Dark Artifices series. I feel like I'm out of breath. Basically, it is years after the Dark War. Emma and Julian are now teenagers, and Emma is determined to figure out who killed her parents, and it's an ongoing investigation. There's a whole bunch of other stuff going on. There's this weird forbidden love thing between Emma and Julian, and then Mark is back, and I'm really liking it so far. I'm about halfway through. I'm excited to continue with the story. I think I only read half of Lord of Shadows, and I haven't read Queen of Darkness yet, so I'm excited to get to those. But that's it. That's what I read. That's what I have read, am reading, did read, whatever. And sorry I was absent for so long. I just didn't feel like doing anything, but I'm back. I'm hoping to be more on here, more active on here. I'm hoping I am already more active on my Bookstagram and all that stuff, which I will leave all my socials below in the description so you can go check them out. I have Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Goodreads, and Snapchat that I'm pretty much on every single day, whether I'm posting or browsing and procrastinating my reading. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope everyone is safe and doing well mentally and physically during this coronavirus that has struck us. I just hope everyone's doing well and washing their hands and doing what they're supposed to. I'm in New York. I'm in the epicenter, not New York City, but I'm in the epicenter state of the virus. So I don't know what other states are doing compared to us, but I'm out of school until at least April 15th. And it might be longer from then on. But I hope everyone's doing well. I will see you in the next video. I usually try to upload on Wednesdays. This will probably get uploaded on a Sunday. And I'm hoping to do a cover soon of some sort of song. So I'm also active there. And I can leave my music Instagram down below if you want to check out some short covers that I think are mediocre and do not show how I normally sing. But we'll get into that another day. I hope y'all have a great day. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.